The camera rolling. 21st of May. Thanks for joining us, folks. It's just me here. Just wanted to trim off some of those little, I did say in the video, those small hexagonal dishes. And then somebody pointed out that they were not in fact hexagonal, they were octagonal. So apologies for that. Yeah, they are octagonal. So, yeah, let's just bring that camera around a touch here. And let's see if we could just... So the challenge is going to be, isn't it, is fixing this to the wheel head, because the point of attachment to the wheel head is just on the points of each of these faces, so to speak. So let's see, just dampen the wheel head here a touch and just lightly sponge the edges there. Okay, flip him over and just locate him in the middle like that, best you can. Okay, now we're just going to tap so, and now once I've got him in the middle, give him some downward pressure. Now yes, I could probably take little pieces of clay and put them all around. But as I'm not in the habit of doing that, and I find it doesn't suit me to do it particularly, I'm going to try and get away with not doing it. Okay, so firm finger in the middle, downward pressure. Always connect your hands together when you are trimming in this way. Don't have one finger there and this hand over here, and this, otherwise this hand can move around. So brace across always with your thumb. Okay, so now with a bit of downward pressure and using my trim tool, just so there's two ways I could do this, and one is to not carve a foot. I could carve a recess just on the inside, but leave the outside so that it doesn't have, as it were, a clearly defined trimmed foot, but is only trimmed on the inside. That is one way of doing it. That wasn't what I had in mind actually when I did these. I was sort of thinking about. So I'm going to go the other route. So again, just fix him back on the wheel. If I did it like the first way that I said, where I don't carve the foot into the side here, but only do it there in the middle, then the resulting dish is going to be somewhat heavier, because there's quite a bit of extra clay that I left just here. So I'm using the corner of my trim tool, just digging in there a bit. Okay, let's just check we're in the picture adequately. We could come a little closer, I think. I'll pull that in a bit like that. There you go. Beautiful day today. Sort of mid-70s, just pleasant. Alright, so yeah, I just want to think also about the width across here. Right. I think that's going to be about as narrow as I want it to be. So carving out the center of the foot ring here. So yeah, and breaking the corner there was a good idea to, I think, to break your corners. Okay, let's flip him off. Let's just move the camera back a touch. Okay, let's examine him. Yeah, that feels about right actually. Okay, yeah. So, if you want to look at the sideways profile of that. So yeah, when you cut in more and carve a foot ring, you effectively give the pot a sort of sense of lift, you see, which I think it works quite well. So I'm just going to just lightly put a bit of water on the rims here because it was face down. They can just get a little bit flattened on the edges here where it was touching the metal wheel head here. So just going over that lightly with my finger. Don't really want to use a sponge too much because that's just going to bring all the grog to the surface. That's about it. Yeah. Alright, just added a little detail there in the middle. That's now ready for a seal, and that is finished. Alright, that's one. I've got another one actually to do which is the same, but I won't repeat that one. I've got a different one that I made that was sort of square. So this one's only going to be touching on these 4 points, so this one probably will slide off. May not. Okay, so trying to find the center, I'm going to, because it's square, it's difficult to see exactly how to get it on center, so I'm going to use the existing thrown base there, which is round, to help my eye to tune it into center. It's a little bit like that, it's a little bit like tuning. Okay, pressing down. So this one, just going to measure the one that I did previously. Actually, I could just use calipers, couldn't I? Just going to take a measurement, because I think that was approximately right, size-wise. So, yeah. Well, it may be that we need to do it slightly different, but so just carving that away there, trimming that away there. Dee, 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 dee. So as I bring my tool down away from the center and down here, the tool is kind of buffeting against these square as I'm pressing it, the tool goes down, but then as the corner comes around, it hits it and knocks the tool. So just be aware of that. I can't go down too much, just down the side there. Yeah, they're quite fun, these kind of off-centered sort of forms, or altered forms, let's say. It's not actually off-center, it's just it's only round really in the foot. Okay, so using my tool here now, now I'm going to carve out the center there. So far so good. He's managed to stick to the wheel head. Haven't needed to put clay, you see. Putting clay, yeah, does make it more secure, but there's a downside to it, and that is that if you are working through a lot of pieces, every time you've got to move these pieces of clay, all the trimmings get stuck to the wet pieces of clay that you've got, and it becomes not such a clean way of working. That's why I tend not to do it, to use it, that particular method. With some shapes and some forms, you do need to use something there just to assist, to hold. I'm not a big believer in the what's his name grip, although some people swear by it, but the reason I don't is because you become accustomed and used to using something like that. It becomes a crutch for you, and then you never really learn to train your eye to be able to tap center, because you always got this notion in the back of your head, well, I don't really need to, I can always use the what's his name grip, you know, and so you never bother to learn a different way. So effectively the good becomes the enemy of the best, which is tap centering. Just takes a bit of practice. Okay, so there we are, there's that one. Let's flip him over. So yeah, let me show you if I can. So what I wanted to show you was where it was touching there. I don't know if this is coming out in the video, but it's very slightly flattened there, you see. And I don't like the look of that. That's why I put it back on the wheel and just rub a bit of water over him like that. Don't use a sponge. Just the water's enough just to soften it, and then just you can restore the edge there. That, and get rid of that ugly flattened look just there. Alright, so yeah, it's not so easy to tap center something that is square. That is true. In fact, it's quite difficult because you yeah. So using the end of my trim tool there to carve, oops, there you go, see look, I jagged my finger into the side of it. Now I've got to get it, I think I've done it. Get any spare fingers out the light, you see. Okay, I just put a couple of little rings there in the middle. Just a decorative whatnot, you know. Okay. Using the back of my thumbnail here just to burnish over sort of transition point here where that goes up. I don't want to see a line there really. So I just, yeah, using the back of my thumbnail just to kind of hide that and just rub over it. Alright, so there is that. I'll put them here on the wheel. So they're waiting, both of them, to be sealed. There's a couple of little ideas for you to have a go at. Small little decorative dishes. You could do your own variation on that, couldn't you? Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, I'm going to go and do that last one now that is waiting. Thanks for joining us, folks. And keep practicing. And join us for a workshop if you would like to. We have plenty of openings in, not so many actually in June, but there may be one or two. I've got a workshop in a couple of weeks, and then the end of June, July and August I've got quite a few open spaces, so if you fancy coming on a workshop, give us a shout. Okay? Okay? Keep practicing. I will see you around. Take care. God bless. Bye bye.